Hi, Gemini. It's your girl, Alex, and I'm back again to bring you guys a reading between you and Scorpio or you and whomever your cross watcher is. So let's see what the universe has for Gemini. Ooh, Seven of Wands. That's resistance. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. That's also putting your foot down and sticking up for yourself and drawing a line in the sand. Four Swords. Strength card, Judgment, and the Hermit. Look at all these majors. 3 majors in a row. And the Hierophant. Ooh, so that's Taurus, that's Virgo, that's Scorpio, and Aries, and that's Leo. Okay. Seven of Swords. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles on Queen of Pentacles. What were you resisting some sort of independence? Some sort of financial stability? Angels are like, you're being stubborn. Okay. Another 7. Ooh, the Empress, Mama. 5 of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay. What else do we have? This is an interesting reading. Some of you could be going through some sort of spiritual awakening. Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords. Wow. That was the Knight of Cups. There's the 9. Look at that. You got the Ace of Swords twice. So 4 plus 2 is 6. The 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer waters. So Ace of Pentacles, 3 aces in a row. Justice major. 8 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Wow. 4 aces. Okay. So the Hierophant is, religion, spirituality, tradition. Devil is addiction, being bonded. Ace of Wands. You're breaking free from something. It feels like some sort of karmic cycle. That's wonderful. It also feels like maybe you feel like you were cursed or some sort of familial, pathological, something something other. But I feel like you're moving on and you're moving away from that, right? I have a 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, and 7 here. 4 sevens, 28 breaks down to a 1, right? 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So I feel like this reading has everything to do with what's going on with you, Gemini. And it looks as though for some of you, it looks as though maybe you were dwelling on the past, being a little rebellious and resistant, kind of in a fixed state, right? Mourning the past, looking at the past. 7 of Swords are moving ahead, but looking behind as you're carrying swords. So I kind of feel like for some of you, you could have been in this vicious loop of looking back at the past and looking back at the past only in a negative way. But I feel like you're starting to stabilize. You got the 7 of Wands here twice. 7 of Wands is like standing up for yourself, standing your ground. I feel like for a lot of you, you're tired of being beat up by the past. I also kind of feel like there's a lot of prosperity around you. I feel like you can almost snap your finger and fall on your throne. You know what I mean? As in, snap your finger and, opportunity comes your way. The Queen of Pentacles here twice. The King of Pentacles is kind of like the Midas touch. Let's call the Queen of Pentacles the Madeira touch, right? So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, whatever this past hurtful incident was, it definitely was stopping you from moving forward and taking a seat on your throne. Okay. But I feel like, oh, my angel said a 7-year itch. You know how they say when you break a mirror, you get 7 years of bad luck? I'm not saying you had 7 years of bad luck, Gemini, but it looks like it. And if that's the case, we are about to go into year 8, right? As in that time is coming to an end. Four of Swords is resting your mind, especially. Ace of Swords here twice is truth, information, new communication, new outlook, new way of doing things, especially when it comes to how you think and how you speak and how you receive information. That's you, okay? Now, the person or people that you're dealing with, or possibly for some of you, what you have to look forward to. The Strength is Seven of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it looks almost verbatim, right? You're getting up your strength and courage. You are planning, this new financial beginning because you belong on your throne. You know you belong on your throne, and to an extent, Judgment, the Empress, and the Justice. Yeah, it just kind of feels like karma and justice in whatever the situation is about to be restored. And I feel like in the areas of your life that's going to see that restoral is definitely your finances, definitely your energy, definitely your outlook, right? The pentacles they represent the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the earth signs, first off, when you think about us as humans, we're here on earth, right? We live on earth. We know everything about, earth and earthly things, right? When the sky goes boom, it's probably a thunderstorm. You know what I mean? Versus, say, for instance, if you were on your native planet of Venus and the sky is always booming, us as humans, number one, we couldn't survive. But number two, we wouldn't know what that is. So I do kind of feel like you are coming out of some sort of hurtful situation that kept you tied to the past. And coming out of that, it's almost like now you can refamiliarize yourself with life and earth and earthly things. My angels just said for some of you, you're just becoming grounded again. Yeah, I kind of feel like for some of you, you could have been stuck under a familial impression, right? Or expectations, right? In other words, you come from a family of doctors and everybody's looking at you talking about, you said you going to what art school, right? So that judgment to me, maybe by some of your moms, you might have been living under her thumb in that maybe you thought you should have been a particular way based on what she thought, all right? Or you should have thought or you feel like you should have become what your mother wanted you to become. And I feel like for many of you, you're breaking free from that. Angels just also said the reverse is true as well. As in, for some of you, you could have been rebelling against this maternal figure. And now all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, she's the Empress. She's on her throne. She's always got rainbows and butterflies around her. Let me start working on getting some of that. It feels to me like you're coming from up under maybe even the judgment of yourself, what you think of yourself, how you think you should be, and I come from a family of doctors. I wanted to be a dentist, but they laughed at me because they're like, oh, that's not a real doctor. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this judgment empress and the karma card of justice feels like. Something is finally balancing out. Okay. Now with the Hermit, that's your cousins in the struggle, Virgo, right? Another Mercurian, Five of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. I feel like working on self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, confidence, depression, loneliness, right? All of the depletion of what the Five of Pentacles is. A lot of you may decide to go within, start to do some really, really deep soul searching, and kind of understand what was keeping you bound or held back. The devil in the tarot represents the devil in all of us. It's our shadow self. It's our wounded self. It's the part of us that needs to heal. It's our deepest, darkest secrets that we don't want anyone to know. And finally, it's the big mound that's up under the rug, right? It's the stuff that we hide and conceal because we're ashamed, we feel guilty, we feel less than, right? And with that Ace of Wands, I feel like with the Hierophant and the devil, it's almost like the devil on your shoulder versus the angel on your shoulder. For many of you, for the longest time, you've been giving the devil on your shoulder a lot of your energy. But I feel like kind of going forward, look at that, the card of victory. But kind of going forward, you're now going to give that angel on your shoulder more of your attention. I do want to draw your attention to the fact that this is the Ace of Wands. This is the Six of Wands. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 of Wands is here twice. And we have the Page of Swords, but I see the Queen of Pentacles up under there as well. So I feel like for a lot of you, your next focus has everything to do with rebuilding your pentacles. And when we think about pentacles, pentacles represent tangible earthly things, your materialism, your money, your possessions. Now let's talk about the intangible, your time, your energy, right? Yeah, and definitely with that Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles is kind of like investigating, paying attention to the finer details, the fine print of a situation, really, really going in within and looking at the nook and the root of a situation. Okay? Six of Pentacles, beautiful. That says again, not only are things coming back into balance for you, but the universe is also going to assist you by compensating you, right? It could be, you want to open up your own business. Well, you meet a female business owner, right? You're a female wanting to open up your own business, so you meet another female entrepreneur. You're a male wanting to open up a business, and the same is true. So I kind of feel like the Fool, you're off to a brand new beginning, a brand spanking, shiny, clean slate, Gemini. Woohoo! I mean, you got 4 aces sitting here, so you about to start something. The Hermit, the Hermit, the Hermit is here twice. Basically, the Hermit takes life step by step. The Hermit doesn't try to look too far ahead. Definitely when he's looking too far ahead, universe is not illuminating that, kind of forcing him to take things one step at a time, step by step. So I feel like for a lot of you, that's probably the best thing you can do at this time. Get ready to celebrate. That's the 3 of Cups. And last but not least, boom, new love. The Ace of Cups. I feel like it's the 5th ace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only ace that's not here is the Ace of... No, this is all 4 aces. Wow, that's incredible. Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Gemini, you have a new beginning across the board. And angels are saying definitely yes. That's exactly what a reset is. It's a reset on all levels, emotionally, physically, mentally, and also, I can't say progressively. I can say progressively, right? It just kind of feels like you are finally releasing yourself from something that has been holding you back, and I'm going to say it, for at least 7 years. Okay? And whatever this was that was holding you back, I feel like, again, things are being revealed to you, and now you're taking your time to look within, to go within, to see things as they are, not how you want to see them. And I feel like once you actually see things for how they are, you're going to be like, that wasn't so bad, right? Angel said some of you have the habit of making a mountain out of a molehill. Basically meaning, over exaggerating, blowing something up, making something worse than it is. But now that you're kind of in this position where you're actually looking at something at face value, you're like, damn, I thought that was King Kong and it's a little puppy dog, right? It's a little chihuahua, right? So I kind of feel like for some of you, you're seeing things clearly. And by seeing them clearly, you're like, oh, that wasn't bad at all. I could do this. Let me start doing this because I got to make my way back to my throne. All right, Gemini, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. If the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you. Bye.